Well, if you're annoyed with me for setting up the business, I didn't steal any of your ideas, you know. I mean, I should be the one who's annoyed. You fired me, remember?
I must have been going through a rough patch.
Well, you've certainly fallen on your feet.
Yes, hopefully. So why are you really here, Polly? In England, I mean.
Oh, guilty conscience about Abby, I suppose. You know that she and Leo are, well,
Polly, she and Leo have always been, well,
It isn't right, you know. She has a husband and baby in America.
I will not interfere if that's what you're after.
It wasn't. I've just been to the airport to meet Orrin, and he treated me not so much as a relative, more as an onlooker in his life. His life with my daughter.
So they've sent you on ahead, have they, Polly? What? To butter her up, reason with her?
Poor Abby. Quite unwittingly, she's brought together two immensely powerful men whose meeting point is a small boy of 3. Poor child. I fear for him, Jan, sometimes I really do. And as for Orrin, he can't see what they're doing to him at all.
Which is?
Turning him into a politician, a door opener for them, the way through to favour and preferment.
And like every American politician, what he will require is a loyal and faithful wife.
Precisely.
You don't have to play their game, Polly.
Oh, but I do. She'll never see that boy again unless I do, that's for sure.
Polly, we've been friends for an awfully long time.
That kind of remark usually precedes a criticism.
Right, and here it comes. You're using William yourself. If Abby won't go back to him, someone must. And that someone's going to be you, isn't it? It's a neat way of running out on Gerald.
Who told you about that?
So I am right.
He's kind, generous, and considerate. Why would I ever want to leave him?
I am hardly the person to ask.
Do you remember when Jack and Dad fell out over that mould being the wrong size? How could I forget? They didn't talk for months. Neither did you or I.
Well, we had to be loyal to the cause.
I have a confession to make. I took the message when I got home from school. I never did tell Dad, but I took the measurements that Jack gave.
You started it all.
Sometimes now when I look at Jack, I wonder if he realizes.
Well, I won't tell you if you won't.
I'll never be able to tell Dad about it now. I'm going to miss him, Avril.
Yes, I know you will. We all will.
Still, there's one consolation. He had a long life and a good one. So it's best to look ahead. Which reminds me, Ken Masters.
Well, if you're after my advice, I'm the wrong person. My view of Ken Masters is somewhat biased.
I gather you've crossed swords in business.
Oh, a few times.
So, what do you think of this idea of a merger with him?
Well, he's a shrewd entrepreneur. A merger between Mild Mildings and Leisure Cruise could work well.
Oh, come on, Avril. I've had him checked out. I need to know what he's like beneath the surface.
He's ruthless, ambitious, opportunist. But I wouldn't trust him an inch.
But apart from that, he's quite charming.
Yeah, Skipper, come on with that.
Ah, great, Bill.
Well, according to my reckoning, we're still ahead. About 4 or 5 minutes.
Let's harden up the journey then. And let's keep it that way.
Hello?
Charles.
Yes, Gerald.
I thought I'd try and catch you before your meeting with the bank. I have just had an urgent call from Orion.
Oh, yes.
He arrived unexpectedly. Damn cheek, actually. I have been summoned to my own home. 8:30 this evening.
Well, I've every confidence in you. The lad's hardly a match for a seasoned campaigner like yourself.
He wants to talk about Abby.
I'm sure he does. And if I can be of any help, let me know.
He also said that you might wish to attend, as he put it. And when I asked him why, he threw a name at me.
What name?
Eckhart San. Sends his regards via Orion.
8:30, did you say?
Thanks. So, it's a straight run for 5 miles now. Why don't you take the tiller?
I don't want it.
Oh, where's yours? What is it?
Nothing.
Well, you're looking pretty rough for nothing, Abby.
I feel absolutely awful. It's so stupid. I never get seasick, never. What are you doing?
Well, I've got to put you ashore.
Oh, no, Leah, come on. If you go in, you're going to be disqualified.
Abby, your health is more important than winning a race.
No, come on, get back on course. Look, I'm going to go and radio for Bert to get me off.
You can't afford it, Peter. Ah, they're here at last.
Sorry we're late, Ken.
Hadn't even noticed.
This is my sister, John Faraday, Ken Masters.
Hi, John.
And my accountant, Jane Whiteley.
Hello, Jane. Peter, if you can tear yourself away for a bit, we need your expertise. More interest in the boats than he is in the law.
Oh, you'll have to keep your eye on him then, won't you?
Oh, it's all pretty straightforward.
I've been ringing round the outlets trying to find you. Where have you been?
I drove to Fisherman's Cove for lunch, and I took a walk.
I see.
Jen, I'm sorry.
No. I should be the one to apologize.
No, come on, it was wrong of me to storm out like that.
Well, it's understandable if all you thought I wanted was a yes man.
Look, Jan, you and I have totally different approaches to business. I've never been one to go out and compete in the commercial world. I've always tended to sit back and let things happen. But you don't, do you?
I can't. No one can if they want to survive in business these days.
I'm not criticizing you. Believe me, I admire you. I admire your energy and your drive, but I don't want to compete with you.
No one's asking you to.
I'm not the greatest businessman in the world. But on the creative side, I think I have a lot of good ideas.
And I want to hear them. And look, do you think I would have gone into business with you if I thought you had nothing to offer?
I hope not.
So let's start again, eh?
Okay.
Lawyers. Don't you just love them? You tell them something in plain English, they write it down in jargon no one understands and charge you a fortune.
Oh, I don't know. Our agreement seems pretty straightforward to me.
Well, now it's all signed and sealed. To a long and prosperous association.
And a peaceful one.
Certainly.
And perhaps even to the ghost of Sarah Foster?
Let's hope so. Do you know, at one stage, I didn't think we were going to agree terms.
Yes, now that's something you ought to watch in future, Ken. From what I hear, it's not like you to give anything away.
It's just at one point I didn't think you were interested.
No. I was always interested.
Oh?
You didn't expect me to give anything away, did you?
Oh, I didn't know what to expect. But now I do. And in future, I shall be prepared.
We must both be prepared now that we're in business together. We might miss certain opportunities.
For example?
I've just had lunch with Avril Rolfe. It seems she's involved in some kind of power struggle at Relton Marine.
Yes, with Charles Frith.
Well, I'd say that places Relton in a rather vulnerable position, wouldn't you? They could be looking for allies and might be prepared to offer an opportunity in return.
I thought you already were an ally of Avril.
When it comes to the marketplace, Avril knows how to push and shove and get there first. She's not sentimental about friendship, nor am I. And I don't think there's much room for sentiment in business as far as you're concerned, Ken, is there? So don't look at me like that.
What's that supposed to mean?